Hi there, my name's Alan Diamond. I am a vasculitis sufferer, and in these videos I'll talk a little bit about what's upcoming with my treatment so that others with a similar condition will know what to expect. In this video I'm going to talk about what's been happening this month, December, or just coming into December and up towards the end of the year. What I've mentioned here is, well, still no NHS treatment, but on the calendar is recently created appointment for a breathing review, and I'm going to try something different. Try the hyperbaric chambers. We'll see how that works out, and I'll report back later on to let you guys know what it did for me. So, the start of the month, or maybe just before the start of the month, there was initially nothing happening apart from the ongoing active vasculitis tormenting me, tormenting my nerve endings. The neurologist that's in control of my care, her decision is that treatment will not be given for my vasculitis unless nerve conduction studies show that my condition has become noticeably much worse. Instead of what I would prefer, providing treatment where my vasculitis is noticeably active to me at the moment, providing me with treatment to knock that back and give me some relief. And if it's done right, take me back into remission. Anyway, that was a while back. I'd written a letter to her in October asking her to reconsider her decision not to treat unless the nerve conduction studies say I'd got much worse. That was ignored. There was no response to that. So again, I wrote another letter in December, but before sending that letter off, I checked some of the background. At the last consultation, she said she would create an out-of-area referral to a vasculitis specialist, a recognised vasculitis specialist. So I checked up, and yes, a referral has been created, but I've not had any notification about that yet. For my bone density, because of previous treatments with prednisolone, with steroids, that can cause damage to your bones. And previous DEXA scans had shown that, yeah, my bones weren't doing quite so well. And I was then diagnosed with osteopenia. Not quite osteoporosis, osteopenia. So another DEXA scan has been arranged to see if the calcium supplement, AdCal D3, see if that has been helping my bone density, if I can then stop it, or if I need to continue with that. So that appointment's created as well, but it seems there's about a 9-month waiting list for that, so that's going to take a bit longer. What else has happened in December? I had, back in May, I had an appointment to assess my breathing on exertion. Unfortunately, that was cancelled because of my blood pressure. Blood pressure was worryingly too high at the time in May, and I was wanting them to reassess me because I had been seen by another acute medicine consultant who decided actually my blood pressure's normal, although it's all over the place and is usually quite dangerously high or extremely low where I'm passing out. She decided, no, my blood pressure's normal, it's nothing to worry about. So I'd then written back to this respiratory consultant asking to get the breathing on exertion test reinstated to get that appointment made again. And that came through. I got a phone call a few days ago to ask me if I could make it to a breathing on exertion assessment next week. This is Thursday the 11th of December 2025. Next week will be a breathing on exertion assessment where they sit you on a bicycle, mask you up, and extract blood from your ear. On the same day will also be my first visit to a hyperbaric chamber where you will be pressurized to either 2 atmospheres or maybe 1 3/4 atmospheres of pressure and breathe oxygen at the same time, which should theoretically allow more oxygen to be passed through my bloodstream than is theoretically possible just at atmospheric pressure. And with vasculitis, inflammation in the blood vessels prevents oxygenated blood getting to where it needs to get to, or reduces the amount of oxygenated blood that can pass to where it needs to go. So if I can go through a procedure that effectively creates more oxygenated blood or a higher quantity of oxygen in the blood, that should help. I'll give it a try, I'll see, I'll report back. So that's also coming up. Just next week will be the first one. I've got several visits next week and sort of just before Christmas, just after Christmas, and then we'll see where it goes after that. There's probably a few other things. That's maybe enough for now. That's 10 minutes, so that's probably long enough. It's just a video introduction to what I'm experiencing, what things I'm trying. I've tried quite a few things. And in the videos to come, I'll mention what things I've tried, whether it's worked, whether it hasn't worked. It might be helpful to others. And it'd be interesting to hear other people's experience as well. But just after 10 minutes, that's probably a good place to stop the video here. And I'll try and continue to make other ones. But for now, until the next video, thanks for viewing.